What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com, and I have a video for you guys on this Thursday. Woo, this very cold Thursday morning. I want to thank you all for a wonderful, was it Monday? That was that inauguration celebration and the parade. I know I put party, was awesome sauce. So let's talk about what Trump has done so far since being back into the Oval Office. And then we got a little bit of cat fighting going on. Okay, where'd my cat fight there? Okay, so I'm just going to read the headlines, and then we're going to get to some news that I'm very excited for. Okay. Just in, ICE arrested 300 illegals on Trump's first day in office. You gotta go back. You gotta go back. You gotta go back. Go back. Gotta go back. Okay. President Trump signed executive order shutting down all physical entry of migrants at southern border, and they just are crying. Gotta go back. And Trump orders one flag policy across all United States embassies. Pride and Black Lives Matter flags no longer allowed. What the hell would a Black Lives Matter flag or a Pride flag do it on the flagpole anyway at the United States embassies? What the tarnations? Anyway, and here we have this is all of the demon rats and the black community on the Democratic side are very upset about this, but I don't care, okay? I think this is great. Trump ends 1965 executive order from Lyndon B. Johnson that began affirmative action in the United States government. No more affirmative action. Okay. It's about your merit, baby, not your characteristics. Now, Trump did something that I am very excited for. As you can see, President Trump signed executive order clarifying the definition of birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment was intended to enfranchise former slaves and their descendants, not create the global birth tourism industry that we have today. And this is Trump doing just that. Let me just adjust this so we can see the whole thing. And here we go.
Sir, what might be your first step? This next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States.
That's a good one. Birthright. That's a big one.
What about that one in the court? That one is likely to be passed.
Could be. I think we have good grounds, but you could be right. I mean, you'll find out. It's ridiculous. We're the only country in the world that does this with birthright, as you know. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, we'll see. We think we have very good grounds.
Sir.
This is a start. This is a start. Now, if those of you who were on the Trump train originally, and it was probably half of you, okay, let's be clear. Many of you were not on the Trump train back in 2015 and 2016, okay? Back then, this is one of the things that I was pushing for. I lived in Germany, and if I had a baby in Germany, it would not be German. It would still be an American. It would not be German. So I don't like it that people can just cross the border and then pop out a baby, and all of a sudden that baby is a United States citizen. And the best person to describe this is Coulter, because she was trending today. I'm going to tell you why she was trending, but she was on fire. Deals with Megyn Kelly, and I'll talk about that later. But Coulter puts it very simply here about why the birthright citizenship, who that was really for. And so I'm going to play that here because she does it the best, okay?
Racism question, which I talk about a lot in my book. No. The reason Americans are sensitive to the race issue particularly is because of the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. That's why we have civil rights laws. That's why we have affirmative action and set-asides. But then suddenly one day, out of the blue, people used to talk about integration all the time. It was integration. You don't discriminate against black people, which we had to spend 100 years teaching the Democrats not to do. But that is all about American blacks. It's not about someone who has never set foot in this country before. It's liberals who are the racists who say, oh, you're all brown. We're going to treat you like American blacks. And it's really kind of shocking. I mean, I don't know if maybe some of you know this. Jesse Jackson used to stand at the border denouncing the illegal immigrants coming across.
And Biden and Hillary Clinton and Obama was known as the president of deportation. Like, so many people complain about Obama deporting so many illegals. And all of a sudden, Trump runs in 2016, and the same Democrats that were all about keeping them out, blocking off the border, not having all of these illegals into our country, and basically making sure that they speak English and are nationalized citizens, are suddenly like, no borders. Like I said, Trump broke their brain because Trump used to be a Democrat. And don't get me wrong, there was still some Democratic qualities about him when he got elected, but I see he seems to have snapped out of it, because this is what we wanted when he got elected in 2016. This was one of his promises. This is one of his campaign promises that he didn't fulfill, but better late than never, honey. And now this has to be turned into a law. But let me let Ann finish talking about this, because this is a great thing. But we're halfway there.
Cesar Chavez denounced them as whacks, driving down the wages of the poor. But today, you can arrive from, the Sudan yesterday. You will get affirmative action applying to college. You will get affirmative action applying for government business loans. The 14th Amendment was about one thing, again, utterly insulting to black Americans. The 14th Amendment, why was that passed? So that someday La Raza could usher across Mexican women who were 8.5 months pregnant. They could drop a baby and say, you didn't catch me. I'm an American citizen now. No, people don't put trap doors in a constitution. A secret trap door. Ooh, this will surprise them. To get an amendment passed, you need a mass feeling about a big thing. We had just fought a civil war to force, again, the Democrats to stop enslaving blacks. The 14th Amendment is absolutely exclusively about black Americans. That's what it's about. And by the way, it's not about gay marriage either, but they're at least gay Americans. Here we're talking about people who've never set foot on U.S. soil before, playing a game of Red Rover with our Border Patrol for the most precious possession in the universe, citizenship in this country.
She is, speak the truth, shame the devil. Good Lord. So, as you can see here, she does quote tweet this, and she makes another great point. Ann Coulter, I have a love and hate relationship with Ann Coulter. Like, she's base. Let's just put that out there. But sometimes she get on my nerves, and sometimes she just pulls me back in. I'm like, Ann, why can't I stop liking you? Anyway, let's read what she says. The Trump we voted for in 2016, we got in 2024. Facts. I just said it earlier. But he needs to make it all law, not in ephemeral executive orders to be overturned by the next Democratic president. He's got 2 years of the Republican House and Senate to do it. Nobody's going to stop him. Not Mike Johnson. Okay. Now, is the turtle still the majority leader in the Senate? Is he still going to be the majority leader? Can somebody answer that in the comments below? Right? Is McConnell going to still be the majority leader in the Senate? I don't know. I hope not. But yes, you got the Senate. Just like, by the way, and I understand he had a lot of never Trumpers, a lot of rhinos when he won in 2016, when the Republicans had the House and Senate. I do believe the Republicans had both. I know they had the House. I do believe they had the Senate too. So, like, I don't understand. Like, let's not make that same mistake twice. This is really good, but I'm not going to get too excited until this is in law. We have to make sure this is in law because the whole anchor baby thing brings on so many other problems like chain migration, lotto, the immigration lotto, and all this other nonsense. We're just getting rid of it bit by bit. And I am really proud of President Trump doing so many great things. I'm going to talk about it later on today in the live stream where I'll talk about the news. So if you want to join me, I probably would do it at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. So be sure to join in. Now, let's deal with some gossip, okay? I want to get into some gossip because let me show y'all what Ann Coulter was really trending for. She was trending for doing this to Megyn Kelly, right? Let's get to the context of this, okay? So, so this was tweeted out earlier. It says, Megyn Kelly correctly points out that Jeff Bezos' wife, Lauren Sanchez, dresses like a hooker. Now, I've never seen hookers dressed like that, but Megyn, girl, glass houses, that's all I'm saying. No one should be talking about your tits. They should be talking about the inauguration. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't even know anything about Sanchez woman being in there. So I was too busy looking at the Queen Melania. Also, Megyn is capping. We were looking at Melania. We was checking out the hat, the nice outfit. I mean, the shoes. It was hurting her feet. Nobody was checking for this, hussy. What are you talking about, Megyn? Anyway, let's listen to this.
Jeff Bezos runs the Washington Post, owns it, and owns Amazon, of course. And I will tell you, this is not my first time saying she dresses like a hooker, because she does. And we called out, we had to deal with some Hollywood PR firm. I can't remember who we were trying to get, but we tried to avoid those people, but sometimes you can't. And this PR agent went off on our booker. Mm-hmm. They're so angry because they represent her or they do some business with her. And she had, talked to them, whatever. It's like those two don't like to be made fun of. Yep. He's done a lot to change his look. He looks nothing like he looked 20 years ago. I don't think she's seen a doctor. She doesn't want to go under the scalp. I mean, you tell me. That's not natural. No. And that's fine if that's your choice, but have some dignity and some respect for your setting in your circumstances. No one should be talking about your hits. Sorry. They should be talking about the inauguration. Jeff Bezos.
Okay, but we were talking about the inauguration, and also, if any woman we were talking about, we was talking about our queen, Melania. I swear to God, I didn't even know this was a thing until I saw Ann Coulter trending. Now, Ann, I didn't know Ann and Megyn did not like each other, because this is what Ann Coulter had to She said, this you, girl. This you. Okay, Megyn, who are you talking? This you, girl. This you. This is all of you. This right here. This is you. This is what Ann said, girl. Ann said, this you. Okay, glass houses, God, what you doing? Now, I get it. Before you even say it, I'm going to say it for you. Well, Megyn wasn't wearing this at the inauguration, okay? So, false comparison, but still. Okay, you can't tell people to talk about their boobies when you love to show yours. And by the way, you know me, I am not against anybody showing their boobies. I have a time when I used to show mine all the time, especially my beautiful coconuts. But I'm just saying, I don't hate on other women's daggone melons. Why would I do that? That make me a hypocrite. Anyway, I'm not gonna have a long video today. I just wanted to get a video up and basically let you all know what's been going on, and just do something really fun, but also something that I'm excited about and that I'm happy about. So without further ado, I'm going to end this video. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below. I would love, let me see. What can I do? Let me see. If you guys waited until this long, either put some melons or coconuts in the comments, okay? And I'll like your tweet so I can see that you made it this long, okay? So don't forget to give this video a like. And if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. And I'll see you guys either later on tonight on the news show, or I'll see you on the next video. Later, taters.